Good morning, everybody. If you're new to my channel, my name is Christy, and I'm out here in my garden. Just thought I would talk about a few things. I was recently reading a thing. It was on Facebook. You know how Facebook is no longer just you and your friends. It's all full of other stuff that Facebook has deemed necessary to put on your news feed. So now if you want to find your friends, you have to actually look for them. But anywho, I saw this thing, and it was about Dolly Parton. And I say it like that, so make sure I say it correctly. Dolly Parton. Anyway, it was talking about how poor she was growing up and her little shack and everything. And I know she's got that song, Coat of Many Colors. And, you know, I think just about anybody that grew up poor can, what's that word? You know, where you can see yourself in Dolly's life and in her songs and everything. My mom was a seamstress, and she always made my dresses and everything. So when I grew up poor, I didn't realize I was poor, you know, until other people seemed to want to make sure that I understood that I was poor by pointing out what their children had versus what I didn't have, you know. And but anyway, I was wanting to reflect this morning on my mama. You know, still grieving over my mom going, and I think that her life should mean something, because she was such a strong woman, and she did not give up in adversity. You know, I think I might have told you all before that she did not graduate high school. She had my sister when she was like 17 years old, but my mom always worked, and she raised us 4 children. And then later she would work in factories and like glove factories. And the main one I was wanting to focus on today was this company called Spyleen in Reynolds, Georgia. I believe it was Reynolds. It might have been Fort Valley. I may be getting my places wrong. You know how it is when you get old. But anyway, it was in Georgia, and it's a place called Spyleen. It's a pocketbook factory. And, you know, like I said, we never knew that we were poor because we always had stylish clothes. My mom, she could have been a fashion designer. I had coats that my mom made. I had ponchos, and you know those hats back in the day that showed Good Times. What was his name? Hey, 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 it's Kid Dynamite. He had that hat. Well, my mom made me one from remnants that she got at the pocketbook factory. And like, her stuff was so good that my stepdad, who was a pipe fitter, would go to work and sell, like back in that day, the silk Hawaiian shirts were a big thing, and he would take my mom's shirts and sell them at work. And so my mom was a really good seamstress. But anyway, like I said, with Spyleen, I looked it up the other day to see if that company was still in service, and it's not that I could see, but Spyleen purses are still being sold on eBay, and I was so tickled to see that. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but there's a picture of me in the 70s when I went to work. When I went to school that day. It was all nice and warm and sunny, and all of a sudden this cold front came through, and we had a major snow in Butler, Georgia in the 70s. And I had gone to school with a dress, and so anyway, I get home and all this snow, we want to get out and play in it. And so what do? I keep my dress on, but I get my coat that my mom made and go out in the snow. Well, the dresses back then were rather short, and so my sister thought it was funny to get a picture of me bending over building a snowman. Like I said, I don't know if I can find that picture or not, but it's still funny to think about. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you, Dolly Parton shows us that people in America are resilient, and we all have talents. God didn't put us on this earth to just flounder. He gave us all something to work with. Now, not everybody's as pretty as my mom or Dolly Parton, but you have something in you, whether it's your voice, your art skills, your building skills, your welding skills. You know what? I like to pride myself that I'm a good sticker when it comes to drawing blood. And so I have good medical skills in that way. But God did not put us on this earth to just flounder. And so, like I said, just let Dolly's life and my mom's life be a reminder that we as Americans, we're strong. I like to see those signs that say American strong, like that. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to talk to you about today. Get off your dust and live and work and do your reasonable service for the Lord each day. I love you all. I wanted to add an addendum to my video here. These butter beans, other than, I know I let the weeds kind of get out of hand or whatever, but anyway, I had taken my beans from before and saved the dried ones last year, and anyway, I planted them, and this is what I've got, and it's kind of a pitiful showing, but anyway, I think I have come to the conclusion that my seeds were not heirloom seeds, and so I think what these companies are doing is making them unable to reproduce, so that you have to keep coming back and buying more seeds. So that'll be a future lesson for myself and hopefully for you all, to make sure you're getting heirloom seeds. What I'm doing right here is deadheading these flowers. As you can see, some of them are still blooming, but you don't simply just give up on them after they've given you their glory. You deadhead them and you save them, because look at that, those are seeds, and you can save them for future plantings.